All right, up next here at Curtain Call, it is a submission match. And James, I don't know about you, I don't know much about Jay Joshua. I met him for the first time earlier today, but Chris Ridgeway I do know about, and he is one of the most dangerous submission wrestlers in the entire world.
And you see already Chris Ridgeway just getting a little bit of hydration, because let's be honest, you just need to look over the ring at Jay Joshua, a physical specimen. Just use your eyes and you can see that this man, rough, rugged. Bradshaw, this is going to be one hell of a match. Think what you have to do to your opponent to weaken them sufficiently so that they submit.
Yeah, the bell's rung, we're underway here. Jay Joshua, certainly no slouch in the submission department himself. He qualified for wrestling in the Commonwealth Games back in 2012. And is a very accomplished amateur wrestler, as I'm sure we will see in, well, not just in these opening moments, but throughout, as these two just feeling each other out at the beginning. Remember, all it will take is one tap out here. So this is the kind of match that could go on for a long time, but equally, it could end at a moment's notice.
And what we just saw there is going to be crucial in this match. That ring awareness, that positioning, it could be everything. Rope breaks could quite literally save your bacon in this match.
Yeah, well, knowing Ridgeway and knowing Joshua by reputation, I'm sure there are several holds that both men can apply, which are really, there's no way out of other than reaching the bottom rope. So that will be a crucial tool, I think, in both men's arsenals as we go through here. Ridgeway is trying to impose his will here. Remember, though, even if both of those shoulders of Jay Joshua are down, pinfalls don't count. So that is one thing, at least, that neither man has to worry about here.
We call this the wrestling variety show here at Wrestle Carnival. Well, this is proof positive. Think of our opening match. Bodies flying everywhere. This is a much more tactical war between Chris Ridgeway and Jay Joshua. Still in the feeling out process. The early minutes of this match. Locked eye to eye, nose to nose.
Yeah, Ridgeway back on top here. Trying to shift his body position. You saw he had an open leg stance there just for a moment to try and get his body on top, which he's successfully done. And now he's trying to hyperextend that elbow with the arm bar. Jay Joshua's got a butcher's hook gripper. He did to stop that from happening. Now both men have each other wrapped up. Both men got a hold of the other's left leg. I'm not sure anyone gains from this. They are rolling towards one of the corners. Yeah, they're both in the bottom rope, and I think that's what you call a stalemate.
Absolutely, and also how easy in that kind of sequence would it be to tweak an ankle, a knee? That could be detrimental long term in this match. And now we see Jay Joshua just with that low stance as Ridgeway comes back to his feet.
Well, we know that Ridgeway pre-pandemic spent a lot of time in Japan, where he became even more dangerous than he was before. And one of the things Ridgeway really did focus on over there is being able to smell any weakness, being able to sense when a body part has any kind of vulnerability, and then focusing relentlessly on that. I'm sure if Ridgeway senses that opportunity here, he'll try it. But in the meantime, he's got a half crab. Joshua getting himself in a position where he was susceptible to that half crab, and he's able to get out of it. They are still getting their arms wrapped around each other here in the corner. Joshua got his boot in the face of Ridgeway, and now Ridgeway finally, I think, giving up the ghost there and deciding to go to the ropes once more.
All tied up in knots. Bradshaw, I wonder how long it's going to be, though, until tempers start to flare, because you and I have both called a lot of Chris Ridgeway's matches, and one thing Jay Joshua must look out for are those kicks, those strikes. They could be so lethal and weaken one of Jay Joshua's limbs, leave him susceptible to that submission.
And there's that lightning fast ability of Chris Ridgeway to quickly go for a drop toe hold, grab the leg. He was looking for an ankle lock again. Joshua going to the ropes, and again, nothing wrong with going for the rope break, but you do wonder, Joshua's gone for this a few times in the past couple of minutes now. I think Joshua is maybe being slightly out-wrestled by Ridgeway in these past couple of minutes. He's going to have to find a way, not just to escape Ridgeway's hold, but to impose his own will on this match.
Well, that's why, if you ask me, and I know you didn't, but I'm going to tell you anyway, Jay Joshua has to rake an eye. He has to do something, maybe poke an eye, do anything you can behind the referee's back.
Thank God you retired from being a manager. That's terrible advice. Absolutely terrible advice. But anyway, Ridgeway has got to the bottom rope. It is this time Joshua who does impose his will, and maybe he was listening to me, not you.
Well, listen, when that bell rings, it's a battle. You have to do whatever it takes to come out on top. And that's what I mean, Bradshaw. Eventually, something's got to give here. Someone's temper will break. It's been very good-natured and tactical thus far. Oh, and there we see a big forearm strike from Ridgeway.
Yeah, Ridgeway is inviting Joshua to hit him back, and Joshua didn't need asking twice. Ridgeway, I think, just contemplating that strike from Joshua and then returning with one of his own. This is a game of one-upmanship here.
Well, maybe to your point, Bradshaw, Joshua realized he was out-wrestled by Ridgeway early on, wants to turn this into a little bit of a slugfest, regain some lost momentum.
You can see that exhaustion is a factor for both of these guys, as such has been the intensity of this submission match from the opening bell, but Ridgeway was able to score with one of those kicks there, and now inviting Joshua to do the same.
Oh! Those big tree trunk legs of Joshua. Oh, catches it.
Yeah, this time he did catch him, and he managed to strike Ridgeway right in the side of the abdomen there. Now here comes those rights and lefts. Ridgeway unable to cover up there, and he got nearly knocked off his feet. A block this time though from Ridgeway, and a second time. Ridgeway just slightly quicker to the punch here. The open hand slaps. Oh, Ridgeway got caught though. Ridgeway got caught. And if he's not careful, Jay Joshua will break his arm. Jay Joshua looking for a quick submission. That's what I'm talking about. That's how quickly this can end. Ridgeway rolling through. And he's still got that hold applied. Has Joshua. Ridgeway, look at that, arching over. That is great ring awareness from Chris Ridgeway, using the spare parts of his body he had available, the legs, to reach that middle rope and force another rope break.
Ridgeway, like Houdini there, managing to escape the big grizzly bear that is Jay Joshua, who smacked the corner in frustration. Oh!
Yeah, dragon screw there from Ridgeway, and I think Ridgeway, to the point we were talking about earlier, maybe now deciding that that left leg of Jay Joshua is the thing to focus on. Again, trying for the ankle. That's second or third time we've seen an attempt at the ankle lock from Ridgeway, and this time he's got it locked in. Chris Ridgeway with the ankle lock on Jay Joshua. Joshua using his other leg to try and kick Ridgeway in the face, but Ridgeway's now got that one tied up as well. Still got that hold applied on the left ankle of Joshua, and Joshua again makes the ropes.
Oh, just about. Pain written all over the face of Jay Joshua. That was urgent. Bradshaw had to reach those ropes, but now Chris Ridgeway has a weakness he can focus on.
This match in some ways has gone how we expected. There haven't been a tremendous amount of reversals. There have been some, but what we see more often is these two guys going to the ropes, getting that rope break as the quickest and safest way, I guess, to force the break and to get back to their feet. But yeah, Ridgeway now clearly with a focus on that left leg, and it is a laser-like focus from the smash mouth competitor that is Chris Ridgeway.
And oddly now Ridgeway can almost, he's bought himself some time here. He can take his time, just continue the punishment on that leg.
Yeah, he's got the STF now, an STF, and maybe, I think, transitioning into a crossface, in fact. In fact, he's using, look at that, he's using Jay Joshua's own right arm against him. Joshua with the only part of his body he had left, the teeth, to get to the ropes.
You talk about resilience from Jay Joshua, spitting out that mouth guard and then actually biting down on that bottom rope, managing to force the separation. But Chris Ridgeway coming back, oh, that was a mistake.
Look at it, it is absolutely merciless once Ridgeway picks a body part. Now Joshua trying to battle back, and he is. Joshua looking for the armbar. Ridgeway couldn't hook his hands together, but he's got the counter, looking for an armbar of his own. Joshua trying to do that, and now look. It's a game of round and round for Ridgeway and Jay Joshua. Both of them looking to hit those arm bars. I was saying there weren't a lot of reversals here. There are now. My goodness.
Yeah, we've lost count. Look at this. Both these men back and forth they go.
Yeah, well, I think it's Joshua who's settled in now. Joshua has got the momentum, or the leverage rather, I should say, but Ridgeway, though, got his hands hooked together, at least he did. Joshua, though, still hasn't quite got that arm where he needs it to force the submission. Ridgeway with the arm bent behind him. You can see now Joshua bending those fingers. I'm not sure if Ridgeway can reach the bottom rope. Yes, he can, by his fingertips. Chris Ridgeway gets to the rope.
Oh, and that could be so important. Again, Jay Joshua throws his man off, exhibits that frustration. It's building and building, Bradshaw. Jay Joshua, that leg giving him a lot of trouble, but almost managed to get the win there.
Yeah, but how impressive has Jay Joshua been here? As I said, the first time I've seen him, I know him by reputation. He's been part of Attack Pro, Dragon Pro as well, trained by Mark Andrews, Wild Boar, and Danny Jones, among others. He's only been wrestling for just 3 years as Jay Joshua. Oh.
Wow. Thank God those ropes are there around that ring. Otherwise, Jay Joshua would be at ringside, almost knocked clean out.
Elbow right into the face, but that seemed to just fire up Chris Ridgeway even more. That's the problem with Ridgeway. When he gets into that zone, he's almost unstoppable. Again and again, they are exchanging blows. Look at the frenzy of offense from both these two. Ridgeway is the first to have to show some weakness there. Goes down after the strikes from Joshua. Joshua, the heavier of the two guys, got a bit more force behind some of those blows, but don't tell that to Ridgeway, because look at the force behind those slaps from Chris Ridgeway.
Oh, but here comes Joshua again.
Yeah, Joshua got the rear waist lock, and now sleeper hold. Sleeper hold applied to Chris Ridgeway. Ridgeway with the counter goes behind. Both men trying to lock in that rear waist lock. Kick from Joshua, but Ridgeway takes him down. Ridgeway again looking to stretch out that elbow. Headbutt from Ridgeway. Ridgeway, the accomplished submission wrestler, can sometimes just adapt and look like he's in a bar fight.
Now has that head, that neck cranked in tight. Has the legs gripped.
Oh, there we go. The tap out from the Dragon Sleeper. And there it is, from nowhere. Chris Ridgeway picks up the win. As quick as you like, in the blink of an eye. That Dragon Sleeper applied, and Jay Joshua had only two options: tap out or pass out to smash mouth Chris Ridgeway.
It wasn't even a decision, if you ask me, for Jay Joshua to make. The pain would have been incredible as soon as Ridgeway grapevined those legs around the waist, cranked up the pressure on that head and neck. Jay Joshua just had milliseconds before he was unconscious.
Hard-earned victory there for Chris Ridgeway. Ridgeway confirming that reputation, consolidating the reputation he had built before the pandemic paused everything in the wrestling industry in this country as one of the most talented submission wrestlers in the game.
Jay Joshua has nothing to be ashamed of. Came in here, gave Ridgeway everything he had and more. But at the end of the day, Bradshaw, there's the man leaving. Nice applause for Chris Ridgeway, your winner.